Hi, third graders. Today we are going to continue talking about our gingerbread escape story, and we're going to start by reviewing our turkey writing and Mrs. Demand's turkey writing to see how she set up her beginning. So if you remember, in her turkey escape writing, this was her planning section up here. She had Farmer Kyle, Sally the turkey, and Maya the vegetarian restaurant owner. They were starting on Farmer Kyle's farm, and that turkey was going to escape to the big city. We know that the problem was that Sally heard Farmer Kyle talking about having Sally for Thanksgiving dinner, and Sally had to get away from the farm and start a new life somewhere else. So let's look at Mrs. Demand's beginning, right? This is her first paragraph. I'm going to change my highlighter. This section right down here that I'm highlighting is her first paragraph of her story. It's the introduction. So notice what she includes. Sally is looking pretty plump. Thanksgiving is going to be delicious this year, said Farmer Kyle into the phone. I can't wait until you and Mom come over Thanksgiving Day. Sally couldn't believe her ears. There's no way he was talking about her. Or was he? So you can see here that Mrs. Demand did a couple of things. Mrs. Demand included the characters, gave us a little bit of a clue of who they were. You can see here it says Sally's looking pretty plump, so we can guess that Sally's probably a turkey, also based on the word that Thanksgiving, is right there. We know that Farmer Kyle is in this story. We know that this is taking place around Thanksgiving time. And we also have been introduced to the problem. We see that Sally says that she couldn't believe her ears, and she's nervous that he's talking about eating her, right? That turkey is nervous that she's going to be Thanksgiving dinner. So they've included the characters. I'm going to say that they she has included somewhat of the setting, so like the time, because she mentioned Thanksgiving, and that she includes part of the problem. So that's really important to include those things in your introduction paragraph, and you did that during your turkey writing, or hopefully you did. This time we're going to step it up a notch. So in this column over here, I have take it up a notch. And these are things that I want you to include in addition. Oops, I forgot to put one more for good. I like that she used dialogue, which is when someone's talking. So I'll put dialogue. That was also good. So here's what I want you to include when you are doing your gingerbread writing today. Obviously, you should still include the characters, the time, the problem, and some dialogue. But I also want you to take it up a notch about describing, and so that's using some key vocabulary words or some adjectives or vivid verbs, describing the setting of the story. Okay, remember the setting is where and when this is taking place, okay? So I also want you to think about including some sort of hook, okay, to hook the reader. Now, she used dialogue, which can be considered a hook, but I want you to be intentional about your hook today. Maybe choose an onomatopoeia. That's a sound word. So let's look at what ours looks like as an example. Now, this is mine. Yours will not be the same as mine. You started this on Wednesday. So let's review. My story is going to be about Buddy, the gingerbread man. And it's going to include Timmy, who's a little kid. I knew I was going to include the family hamster. And my setting was a house in Michigan, and then Buddy would end up in Maine. This is going to happen during the winter time. Buddy, the gingerbread man, is going to have to find out he's going to be eaten, and he's going to try to escape and jump inside of a package to hide, and he's going to be shipped somewhere safe. Now today, all I want to do is this beginning, just like Mrs. Demand did, okay? This beginning will take me a little bit of time because I'm going to put a lot of detail in it. Remember, I need a hook, I need to introduce my characters, all that good stuff. It's not going to be able to be something that you write super fast and get perfect the first time. That's okay. So I'm going to start off by typing, and I know I want to start off with a hook. Now, one type of hook that we've used before is a question hook, but that's usually when you're talking to your reader. And in this case, you are not going to be the gingerbread man. Just like you are not the turkey in our turkey writing, you're telling the story. So we're not going to start with a question because you're not going to be talking to the reader, okay? Because you're not the gingerbread man. You're not really going to have a voice other than to tell this story. So I might include something like a sound. Now, I know in the beginning I need to introduce the problem about Buddy finding out he's going to be eaten. So I'm thinking about something that could be a sound that then warns Buddy that he's going to be eaten or something like that. And I'm trying to think. Most likely Buddy would be in the kitchen. So maybe I do something like this. Slam. Well, I know kitchens usually have cabinets that kind of can make that slamming sound when you close them fast. Slam. The cabinet door. Maybe I'll say the kitchen cabinet door. The kitchen cabinet door close with a, or maybe I say closed loudly. Yeah. So I've used a sound word to kind of catch my reader's attention. Now I need to remember that I need to be introducing my characters and the setting. So I'm in a house. So who might be slamming that kitchen cabinet door that I need to talk about? Timmy, right? So I could say, slam, the kitchen cabinet door closed loudly. Timmy sighed and continued looking for a snack to eat. All right, here I can include my main character. Suddenly, he spotted should I put them on a tray or a tin? Well, if they're on a tray, they'd be sitting out. He'd probably see it before now, so maybe they're in a tin, kind of pushed in the corner of the kitchen. Suddenly, he spotted the Christmas cookie tin tucked in the corner of the counter space. Maybe not tucked in, maybe tucked on, or tucked away in the corner of the counter space. Now, why would it be tucked away? I need to maybe include some details here. Well, does it sound like something that would happen if Christmas was right then? If Christmas was one day away? Probably not. Maybe Christmas was like last week. So I'll say Christmas was last week. And Timmy had been so busy playing that he forgot there were still gingerbread cookies left. So we're starting to see what's going to happen here. I need to have Buddy find out that he's going to be eaten. So now I might include this. From inside the tin, Buddy the gingerbread man gulped. Well, Now, why would he gulp? We don't know yet. So maybe I'll go back and I'll say, Timmy shouted, quotation marks, Mom, I'm going to have one of these leftover gingerbread man cookies, quotation mark, from inside the tin. Ooh, I love that. From inside the tin, Buddy the Gingerbread Man gulped. What do I need to include now? He knew that he was no longer safe. Christmas may have passed, but he needed a plan to escape, or else he'd be eaten. So you can see here that I've included a couple things. I've included the characters, I've included Timmy, and I included Buddy the Gingerbread Man. I have included the setting. So I talked about how they were in a kitchen. You don't necessarily know it was a house, but you can kind of gather that from right now. And we don't need to include Maine yet because that's going to happen at the end. I've also included that it's wintertime because I said that Christmas was last week, okay? The problem that Buddy is going to find out he's going to be eaten, I definitely included that when I said he knew he was no longer safe. Christmas may have passed, but he needed a plan to escape or else he'd be eaten. So today you are going to work on your beginning, just like I did. I also included a quote, dialogue, so someone talking. Mom, I'm going to have one of these leftover gingerbread man cookies, okay? So you should include some of that stuff in your beginning paragraph now. There's not a specific number of sentences, but it's definitely not just one or two. You're going to need a decent amount. When you end your beginning paragraph, your gingerbread man should have not gone anywhere. They're just finding out that they're going to be eaten. They haven't escaped or traveled anywhere yet. All right? Good luck. Submit when you